Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to today's edition of Front Row. We're having a bit of a upbeat day today. Both the S&P 500, dollar yen, and the euro are up. We're going to look at those charts and also talk a bit about what's going on in the markets today. So obviously, most likely, the reason for those higher stock markets is probably just because initial jobless claims yesterday dropped to levels not seen since 1969. That's right, very, very low levels of initial jobless claims in the US, telling us that the labor market in the United States is doing really, really well. As well, we had some updates from the US, and it looks like the US and China have found a way to enforce any new trade deal. As you know, there's a big concern amongst the American companies that if they want to do business in China, that they need to transfer some technology and know-how to be able to operate there. And as well, they are limited to a certain amount of sectors. Now, if this opens up, as I've been explaining to you guys before here, that could be a real game changer. Imagine US companies being able to operate in China and maybe produce things that before they couldn't or wanted to produce just because of these limitations. So that's another piece of good news for the markets today. Later on today at about 3 p.m., we're going to have Michigan consumer confidence. And the number for that is actually an anticipated outcome of 91.8. To give you an idea, the range we've been at lately is 90.7 and 101. So we're pretty much anticipating a good number, or that's what the market is projecting, a good number. And it's only if that number starts to trade lower against 9.7, as we saw just a few months ago, that I think the market would be worried. Let's take a look now at some of the charts. So this is your S&P 500, and if we look at the 1 hour, you can clearly see how the market here triggered a head and shoulders. This is a small pattern. The small patterns are always more unpredictable to trade than big and long-term patterns, but you have the break to the upside here, and this is your head, left, right shoulder, and the break here opens up for a rally towards 2918.2, and as long as we trade above 2881, this market could potentially go upwards. Now, full disclosure, I don't trade those small patterns. I'm still looking for that steep pullback. You might remember I said that we should be looking to buy down here and book profits up here. So I don't want to be buying where I would be normally booking my profits. Also, this is the euro versus the USD. The market is up. You see, what can't trade much lower will usually try to trade upwards. And the euro dollar is pretty much stuck within 111.75 and 114.47. So the market could not trade lower despite news that we're going to have new TLTROs coming out. Most likely, the new TLTROs, the details are going to be shared in June, according to ECB members. And as well, the central bank is discussing negative rates. So as you can probably understand, the ECB right now is under pressure. This is not a sign of strength when you need to do more TLTROs and potentially introduce negative rates. Personally, I think the euro dollar should be trading much lower following the ECB rate meeting, and the fact that they might look to be more aggressive and sort of be offering more liquidity to the market. That should traditionally lead to a lower euro dollar, but market is doing otherwise, and it's going upwards for now. Another little chart that I'm watching today is the dollar yen. Dollar yen here as well, you have head and shoulders. Now this is a multi-day head and shoulders. We hit a high here on March 4th. So it's been pretty much a month here that we're trading and developing this head and shoulders. You got yourself a left shoulder, right shoulder, and head. Then you have that break to the upside. The pattern itself suggests we can go to 114.09. What's also interesting, of course, is that the S&P 500 is bullish, and that suggests to me that we're probably going to see both higher dollar yen and higher U.S. stock markets. Now, finishing off, Nigel Farage setting up a new political party. You can probably read more about this online. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching, and catch me on Monday for the next edition of Front Row. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notifications when the new videos are up. Thanks so much.